Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. We're going to take a look at some information and keep it short and tight today to just kind of reaffirm what the ultimate end goal for XRP actually is. And at my house, it's 4 and 5 digits for price. Damn right. Roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today. Market cap for cryptocurrency is $2.083 trillion. Come on in. 2.5 trillion plus was the all-time high for the cryptocurrency market cap. We're not far away, and it can happen and get back there very quickly. What I'm excited about is 3, 5, 7, 10 plus trillion dollars for a cryptocurrency market cap. And by the way, I think once we reach those actual price levels of market cap collectively, you have to ask yourself, will there be 11,446 cryptos? Or will at that point we see an effort combination between market regulators, the U.S. Treasury, really thin the herd? Let's go ahead and look at the XRP price right now. Coming in at $1.14 right now. We're holding, baby. Going into the weekend, we're holding. Don't forget, Coins Kid told us, and many others, Dark Defender as well. Shout out to all of them. We could go as low as the 91, 85, 86 cent range if this rolls over in price. And it's good to know that we could back test those support levels, for me anyway, without having me freak out and go, hey, what the hell's going on? So that would not be unheard of if we went back to that. And the technical analysts like CoinsKid and others tell us that that would be a very healthy corrective move back. However, with that being said, we were at the 110, 109 level early this morning. And if we are at that level and now pushing slightly above, we may not retrace all the way and back test all the way down that low. And if we don't, hey, maybe we're already turning the tide, and that would be great too. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you about Link2 all the time. This is a fantastic company. It really is about private investing made simple. I want to tell you right now, you have to be an accredited investor to get these products. But I also want to tell you, too, that I believe not too long from now, especially after the Ripple SEC lawsuit ends and the market gets some clarity on the legislative side, we're going to see a massive bull market ensue. And when it does, I think the majority of the people hearing my voice right now may, in fact, become accredited. And that is your opportunity to get private equity from these companies before they actually go public. Not financial advice, but I'm very excited about the things they are doing. Looking right here, shared from Andrew Berthold here. This is from today's FY21 webinar. This is John Riment, CEO from Identity with 2 eyes on the end, answering a question about their relationship with Ripple and Insider R3. And now, it's not that it yields much in the way of what he says, but look at how sensitive and careful he is in responding to this question.
Examples of specific blockchains like Ripple and R3's Corda. The question is if we have direct contact with these organisations at the moment.
The eyes go up, they look away. How do I exactly answer this?
Well, look, we've got a business development agenda which is full of contacts with a range of different opportunities from us, including some of the brands that we let out yesterday. But of course, it's not publicly available information yet because the parties have not entered into any type of agreement and we're not ready to disclose that. So unfortunately, I think that's part of the rules and regulations that come with being a listed business, that we're not able to talk freely about the early stage conversations we're having with prospective parties. But shareholders should be confident that there are lots of those happening.
I mean, he saved it nice, and he definitely fielded it and handled it. How do I think about it? You know, the look on his face was pretty incredible. And I have to say, right there, That's an incredible look, I have to say. And it's almost like the look I had on my face when I was young and school called home about my son and said, we're going to be placing him in special ed classes. And then I got that look on my face because I was the one doing his homework. Just kidding. It's Friday. Loosen up. All right, let's move into this because this is not kidding right here. At Silver Telegraph here, and my son was not in special ed classes, not that there is anything wrong with it, but I just went for the joke. It's Friday. Let's all loosen up a little bit. Hey, we're in crypto. We can do this. I'm a YouTuber. Silver Telegraph wants us all to know he went back to his bank BBVA today. They said, did you know PNC bought us out? We have major changes coming in October. Major investment opportunities coming, opening you up to crypto and digital assets. Silver Telegraph said, wow. And you know what? This is a moment that I'm waiting for all the major banks to bring in the opportunity to buy these products from within their business. They've been watching for more than a decade their customers go to these willy-nilly crypto exchanges and buy this stuff, this voodoo coin, right? And no longer. And that is very exciting for the masses and for all of us that are early in this space. This is a really nice reminder here going into the weekend that PNC was the first U.S. bank to go live on RippleNet. Isn't that interesting? October should be very exciting, at least for PNC customers. Looking right here, this is XRP Darren Moore, one of the baddest to the bone researchers on the planet. And as always, we give credit to the people on this channel, no question, without fail. And looking right here, he asked Mark Carney on Twitter, are you going to follow up on the synthetic hegemonic currency speech in Jackson Hole, Wyoming this Friday? Mark Carney responded. I'm so happy for Darren and Mark Carney for doing it. He said, nope. But here's my speech from June, The Art of Central Banking in Centrifugal World. Now, this is the speech that he's talking about or paper that he wrote, and there's some great stuff in here. I will surmise the paper just for you because there's not Ripple or XRP cited in the document, but I do want you to know that he's talking about a multipolar, multi-asset system inside of this, and the idea that the public-private relationship between stable coins and CBDCs, he could even see a two-tier or two-level system where you have possibly CBDCs back end and stablecoins, private stablecoins front end, this kind of a thing. Really, really great, but I'm not going to read that to you. And, shout out to Mark Carney for responding to Darren, and shout out to Darren for tagging and asking him. But this is what Darren was asking about because we've covered this a lot on this channel. And if you have not seen this, and even if you have, isn't this a nice reminder going into the weekend, understanding that the former governor of the Bank of England feels this way with or about Ripple and XRP, knowing what he knows about the monetary system in the world. He's not a YouTuber, not a podcaster, none of that. And this is what he said that Darren was mentioning and referencing here that we've covered on the channel a bunch. But this is really important to know. Coordinating the introduction of a global official sector stablecoins. Mark Carney said in 2019, he raised the question of whether globally coordinated systemic hegemonic currency, say that 5 times fast, could dampen the spillover shocks associated with the dominance of the US dollar as a reserve currency. The systemic hegemonic currency could, for example, be a stable coin backed by a basket of deposits at different central banks. It is possible that such a stable coin could be valuable for cross-border payments, serving a function similar to that offered in the private sector by Ripple, a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network whose digital currency XRP leapfrogs slow and expensive correspondent banking. If such a global crypto or such a global currency were to be heavily used, however, it could lead to monetary policy spillover costs, Mundell 1961, and efficiency losses associated with competing payment network externalities. And it references these other documents. Payment settlement chains could be lengthened to the extent that a systemic hegemonic currency would need to be supplied elastically. Central banks could face significant coordination costs given the different respective monetary conditions, given the challenges that the euro has faced and the difficulty transnationally, and it goes on and on and on. But what I want to say here is this virtual currency could also become an electric bond, a digital bond. I mean, when banks open up swap lines around the world with one another, and the United States starts printing money from the Fed and swap lines open from around the world, it's so they can keep the same ratio between their currencies. And when they do that, they're not literally putting dollars in a shoebox, they're buying bonds. They're buying treasury bills and notes, right? That's what's happening. And if you wanted to reference something like a systemic hegemonic currency or a global stable coin even, which is a jurisdictionless asset that works in any region of the world. That is a definition that's paraphrasing, but that's a definition that was put together by the Financial Stability Board, which is connected to the G20. Then you could use these bonds without challenging the sovereign currencies of each country. And let us remember that there's areas of the world like the Middle East where it's not just monetary policy, there's religious framework based around their governance and their monetary system, as well as just regulation like we all have. So there's many different things that have to be taken into account and variables within different regions of the world that have to be respected and honored. And, when you think of that, I think to myself, look, call it a virtual currency, call it a digital currency, call it a Frisbee. But I just feel like at the end of the day, whatever they call it, they're going to use it. That's the former governor of the Bank of England. Shout out to Darren Moore and Mark Carney. And I thought that'd be a nice way to send off into the weekend here as a nice reminder that Bank of England, a partner to Ripple for many years, Mark Carney's not lost on the idea of getting a bridge currency in place for the spillover shocks of an economic disaster, honestly, that needs to be dealt with since we've had the pandemic. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. By the way, Ledger Nano, VPN, Pure VPN, check out the links. There's great specials in there, as well as many other things and products and services I use each and every day, and they are trusted, vetted links. I'll catch all of you on the next one.